G'day, this is me walk around Belgrade. First is the flat. Here's my bedroom. Big room. Even got a nice table and chairs in the bedroom. I feel like a king. More flash furniture. And TV channel with all the Sky, all the channels, all the whatever it is. And there's a second bedroom in here. Of course, I'm not using it, but yeah, huge rooms, you know. The only thing is I'm on the 3rd floor and there's no lift, so I only go out and come home once a day. There's the entrance hall. And a bathroom. Really flash. And kitchen. More flash chairs and tables. It's got a thing about tables and chairs. And a balcony, a little balcony. Not much, but you can come out and have a ciggy. This is inside the old central train station of Belgrade. Shut down 2018. They decided we don't need a train station anymore. There's where the tracks were. There's the signs for the platforms. They're going to build a waterfront development. In other words, more flats. Because the river's just over there. This station's been here for more, well, you can imagine, what, 120 years? Torn down. The cafe's still open because they've just torn the tracks out. I think that's all they want. The building's going to remain. The police have moved in here now. They've decided to park. They must have an office in the old station now. So I think they're going to keep the old station. And this is why I got dropped at 5 kilometres outside the city, because developers wanted to put more flats up. So they just tore the guts out of the train station. It's almost inconceivable. Look, there's the platforms signs. Pretty impressive buildings in Belgrade. It's one of the oldest cities in Europe. It's been attacked many a time. At the end of the 90s, after 10 years of Yugoslavia breaking up, all the countries left. All that was left was Serbia and Montenegro by 1999. And then the province of Kosovo wanted to separate. That was a province with 80% ethnic Albanians, with a majority, of course. And they wanted to separate, and Serbia, there was hardly anything left of Yugoslavia, and they didn't want parts of Serbia to leave, so they wouldn't have it. NATO gave them the ultimatum to stop fighting there. And when they didn't, in 1999, you see that building there with a big hole in it. That was the former Yugoslavian Ministry of Defence. So in 1999, 20 years ago, NATO bombed. Over 3 months, they dropped over 300 bombs all through Serbia, and I think Montenegro might have copped a few as well. But that building, I might have to get closer. It's got a big hole in it, and they've left it standing, almost like a reminder, or a obviously people would have been killed. And this is just around the corner from my house. I'll cross the road and get a bit closer. Yeah, so as I was saying, I've got some great architecture here. These buildings, that one on that corner and the one opposite, they're matching buildings, exactly the same. Some beautiful buildings. Because they've had so many occupiers, they've got different types of architecture. But yeah, there's the Ministry of Defence, what was the Yugoslavian Ministry of Defence. And they've left it there as a reminder, I guess, I don't know. They didn't want to lose Kosovo, and you can't buck NATO if they've got more bombs than anybody. And so they sent one down and blew that bit. There's a bit of it across the road as well with a big hole in it. It's they've left it there as a testament. Like I said, people probably died. And I saw a big banner up the road in Serbian and English talking about how Albania wants to join the what's it called, the International Police Organisation, whatever that is called, I've forgotten. And they call them murdering bastards, and that looks like a government sanction. It's allowed to hang, you know. In some countries that'd be hate speech. If you painted that, you'd go to jail, but here it's almost an official line: Albanians are bastards. And so yeah, I wanted to take a bit of footage of this building, because God, who would have thought just 20 years ago it was built, you know, a European city was being shelled, and they've left it standing, probably to show the disdain of NATO, I suspect, to remind people. Anyway, that's all I wanted to see, was that. And then Kosovo left, of course. And then in 2006 Montenegro left, so there was no Yugoslavia. I mean, it was just Serbia by itself. They're all by themselves now. This is the Hayaskovsky Street Mall in Belgrade. I haven't been out much. I've had a cold for over a week. Well, no, a week. I've been feeling pretty ordinary. So just going out to get something to eat and then go back to bed. I've been here, this is my third week and last week. The first week I got out of it, the second week, like I said, I was sick. So I haven't been out. I ventured out today. It's 28 degrees. I think that's what they predicted. And I've been walking and everything seems to be uphill. Doesn't matter what route I take. It's got to be somewhere I'll go downhill, but it always seems I'm either going to level or up. Anyway, this mall is huge. Now I'm going to look for something to eat. And I thought I'd better film something of Belgrade. So this is something. It's a big shopping mall. This seems to be a recurring theme every city or town I go to. Got to have a square. You know, this is a Square Republica. When you've got a king on a horse, you know you're in pretty well the centre. They've always got to put themselves on a horse. Next week I'm going to Skopje, I don't know how you say it, in North Macedonia, as the country is called now.
Turn left to stay on Tring Republica.
I looked at on Google Maps, and near where I'm staying, the landmark to find the place where I'm staying is a King Alexander on a horse. Most of them probably never even rode a horse, but they just sat on one to get the statue made. Yeah. This is Republic Square, apparently. I wanted to eat something familiar, so I walked 1.5 kilometres to find a KFC. I wish I hadn't now. It was lukewarm. I ate it anyway. Probably get food poisoning now that I've got over me cold. But yeah, it's ooh, popcorn. That's what I should have had. So that's a nice looking hotel. Hotel Moskva. That might be Moscow. Good, you get a countdown to when the little green man's going to flash. Then you get a countdown how long it's before it turns red. That's a clever idea. And it does the same if you're in your car waiting to take off. It counts down when it's going to turn green, so people get some clue when they're going to move again. Quite a clever idea, you know, I thought. And this is just around the corner from my house. Yeah, an Irish pub. Been in there a couple of times. The 3 carrots. Doesn't sound very Irish to me. It should be the 3 potatoes. But yeah, the beer's cheap and it's cold and bubbly. It's all that's required. So I've decided to take a top deck tour around on one of these double-decker buses with no roof. It's only $10 for about 70-minute tour, 75 minutes, so I'll get some nice pics of... I haven't seen the river. I've been here, this is my 3rd week, and I've been sick last week, so I didn't do anything. And it's very hilly around here, so I've walked as much as I can, but I haven't even seen the river. This city is so big and so congested and convoluted. There's lots of hills, but I haven't seen much. So this takes off in about 10 minutes and I'll get some pictures of should see the Danube. We should go across it. So yeah, it's my first time on one of these buses. It's, like I said, it's about $10, which is pretty cheap. And I should be able to see everything I need to see. So here's some touristy snaps coming up of Belgrade, Serbia.